Good afternoon and welcome to Super Saturday at the Shipley School. Today, varsity girls volleyball hosts Springside Chestnut Hill Academy, and today is Senior Day. So give one round of applause to all the seniors. First, we'd like to recognize the seniors on Springside Chestnut Hill. Jamie Ennow, Sky Frazier, Kennedy Hayward, Mason Nowitzki, and Elliot Romani. All right, now for our seniors. In absentia, we would like to honor Cassandra Farrell. Give her a round of applause. Also in absentia, we would like to honor senior Quinn Zilch. First, senior manager, escorted by Diana and Steve, Caroline Kay. Escorted by Jay and Mark, senior Jane White. Escorted by Michelle and Mike, senior Maddie and Todd. Escorted by Eric, senior Emma Portnoy. Escorted by Mindy and Tim, senior Anna Phelps. One more big round of applause for all of our seniors and their families. And now to the starting lineups for Springside Chestnut Hill.
Well, we're going to continue to have some fun today on this Shipley Super Saturday as we have some high school varsity volleyball here in Bryn Mawr. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome in to the Sports Fan Base Network. I'll be your man along the way, Darren Healy. It's going to be the Springside Chestnut Hill Academy Blue Devils taking on the Shipley Gators. Shipley so far on this special day has been doing pretty well. Field hockey won their game 6-0, and last time I checked, women's soccer was currently winning by a score of 4-1. Shipley right now 2-5 on the year, dropped their game yesterday against Academy New Church. Lost that 3-0, but talking with head coach Craig T. Brown, he said that the games have been getting more and more competitive, and that was evident by the first set only being dropped by 25-3. So we're going to take a brief break, and when we return to action, we'll get underway here on the Sports Fanbase Network. Well, we're going to continue to have some fun here today on this Shipley Super Saturday. The Gators are 2-0 on the day, and the volleyball team is looking to make it 3-0 when you can catch all of it here on the Sports Fanbase Network. Good afternoon, everyone. Darren Healy here as we continue to bring you live coverage of Shipley Super Saturday here in 2022. Both field hockey and women's soccer were able to take care of business, with the former winning 6-0 and the latter winning 4-1. The Gators volleyball team is 2-5 on the year under first-year head coach Craig T. Brown, and he's definitely very excited about the future of this team. He said if there's anything that the fans should know is that there's something building here with the program, and he's looking to turn this team around very quickly. Meanwhile, for their opponent, Springside Chestnut Hill Academy, Max Preps has them at 0-3, and not only that, but half of their roster is out today due to prior commitments, so only 7 Blue Devils will be on the floor today for Springside. Both teams getting ready here. Shipley 2-5 on the year, dropped their match last night against Academy New Church 3-0. But throughout the year, they've been getting more and more competitive, and that has been shown by their first set only being dropped by a score of 25-23. So both teams are just about ready to get going here. Shipley will serve first. Cecilia Stanislaus doing the serving duties. And we are underway here. Shipley, a very defensive-oriented team. Ball hits off the net, stays alive. Quickly sent over. And the Blue Devils try to get a free ball over, but it's pushed too far out. Kennedy Hayward tried getting the free ball over, but put a little bit too much on it, and Shipley will take the 1-0 lead here in the first set. Stanislaus again on the serve, but a little too short, so service error on her part. That ties it up at 1. So Enhow will get an ace on that serve after Vera Lancioni unable to dig it out cleanly. Enhow, the senior captain for Springside. Once again on the serve here. Clean dig there. It actually went over the net a little bit, and Zakiah Frazier was able to just tap it a tiny bit and get the point for the Blue Devils. So Springside leads it 3-1 here in the first set. As that serve goes too far, so service error there. And Shipley gets on the board following 3 unanswered points from Springside. Clean serve there, nearly hits the rails on the ceiling. An attack there by Ava Lanzetta off the net. That will extend the lead here for Springside. Frazier now on the serve. Try and push it over, and they do successfully. Springside brings it back after only 1 hit. Looking for an attack here. Soft hit. Shipley sends a free ball over. It ricochets off of the Blue Devil, and they get the point. So that's the kind of volleyball that the Gators play. Very defensive-oriented. They want to keep the play alive for about 2 to 3 rallies, and then let the other team make the mistake and get the point. Clean dig there from Lanzetta. Goes over. Play still kept alive, though. And that attack just nicks the line. Believe that was Lindemann, the sophomore for the Gators. And she ties it up here all at 4. Jane Wilk now serving for Shipley. Blue Devils send a free ball over. An attack error there from Abraham. Couldn't exactly hit it the way she wanted it, so Springside now retakes the lead. Set up here, soft toss over to Springside. Now Shipley gets it back over to the Blue Devils. Looking for an attack here, Lanzetta. It's dug out. Soft hit once again, saved there by Springside, and they do a free ball. Sent back over after only one hit, but gets out of bounds. Low serve there from Harmony. Gives the Gator a point. Anna Phelps, one of the seniors here on Senior Day, now with the service duties. Setting up for an attack, Lanzetta once again. It's dug out. Shipley now sends the free ball over to Springside, Chestnut side. Now they're looking for an attack here. But pushed too far there by Abraham. Lanzetta with the serve, hits it off the net. Still gets over the Shipley side, and she gets the ace. So 8-5 advantage here for the Blue Devils. Lanzetta once again with the serve, and basically does the same thing. Hits off the top of the net, and it falls onto Shipley's floor cleanly. Lanzetta trying to get a third consecutive ace, unable to, as that's going to be 4 hits there for Shipley. Second hit was traveling out of bounds. He tried to save it with the third hit, but wasn't going to be able to go over the net. So 10-5 here for the Blue Devils, as that serve is pushed too far beyond the line, and Shipley gets a point. They're now down by 4. Sailor Abraham serving now for the Gators. Dug out there by Lanzetta. It goes over the Shipley side, and a quick push over on the first hit. Rakai Williford, the freshman. Quick little push right in front of a bunch of Blue Devils. Now Shipley's lead is only 3. It's now 2 after the ace there. Ball is actually traveling over towards us. So Abraham will serve again, now down only 2. Line drive serve, but puts it to the right of the court. So service error there. And Springside, once again, nets themselves a point. Hayward now with the serve for the Blue Devils. The dig there went straight up into the air, and a couple of Gators tried to save it, went off of one of them, and then hit the ground. Shipley tried to get it over to Springside's part of the court, but hit off the bottom part of the hand of Lindemann. As the line drive serve there hits once again off the top of the net, and it results in the point for Springside Chestnut Hill, as Shipley will now take the timeout. So a little bit of back and forth with a couple of streaks here. First set currently 14 for Springside and 8 for Shipley. We'll be back in a few seconds. And welcome back here. The Blue Devils currently lead the Gators 14-8 here in the first set. SCH only with 7 players, as that serve there was not behind the line. And Shipley will get a free point. Williford now on the serve. So like I was saying, Springside only has 7 players, so they're relying a lot on all the players that are here to get all the work done. A free ball sent over there, and it ends up with a little bit of a bonfire action. Lanzetta. So very limited rotation and substitution that the Blue Devils can use. Shipley, though, looking to use the depleted roster to their advantage as a service error comes there from Madursky. So Stanislaus, the freshman, will be serving here. Lanzetta digs it out. Blue Devils set up for an attack, but Shipley stops it. Funky play there with a diving dig. Quick push over, and it lands in between 5 Gator players. You saw there, it was dug out, and then it went straight up, hit off one of the rails hanging from the roof, and the Shipley player was able to dive and save it before it hit the ground. But the Blue Devils still got a point out of that sequence, and they get another one here on the ace. And Howe with a vicious serve there, and she gets another one. Another ace for this Blue Devils team. They now have their largest lead of the afternoon, 18-10. But that one will fall short, and Shipley's able to get a point. Abraham now comes in for Portnoy, as Shipley is working down 7. Serve there is dug out cleanly, and Lanzetta sets up for the attack, but nice push dig there, as Lindman tried to line the ball over the net, but fell just short. Frazier with the serve, a little bit of a short serve. Both Lachoni and Abraham tried to go in for the dig, but ricocheted off both of them. Now Springside is within 5 for this set. And another little bit of a short serve there, so it's now 20-12. Serve there hit on a little bit of an angle there from Wilk. Unable to get over to the other side. As now McMullen comes in for Harmony. So like I said before, the Blue Devils only working with one bench player. A lot of their players out due to prior commitments here in this game. As that dig landed right before the net. And Shipley gets the point there. Line drive serve, diving dig there, sent back over by Shipley on just the first hit. Lanzette with the attack is blocked, but still falls on the ground of Shipley's side. Lanzetta pushes that serve too far beyond the boundary. It's now 22-14 here. As Chestnut still within arm's reach of taking this set, just 3 points away. Coach Brown talking with one of the officials. The sophomore Abraham sends the serve over. Play still alive, but it's not going to go over the net. Portnor now checks in for Sailor Abraham on Shipley's side. And a little miscommunication there results in an ace there for Hayward. They now have the ability to take the set with the next play. Hayward once again gets the ace. Quinn Chulik tried to dig it out. Ricocheted off what looked like the bottom of her forearm. And the Blue Devils take this first set by a score of 25-14. So we're going to take a quick break, but when we return, the second set of this game between Springside Chestnut Hill and Shipley. So welcome back here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Springside Chestnut Hill took the first set over Shipley by a score of 25-14. And let's learn a little bit more about Coach Craig T. Brown. This is his first year here with Shipley. It's in fact his first time coaching a school. He has an extensive history in high club ball. Moved up here from Houston a couple of years ago. And he came here with the intention of turning this program around. His team is very, very young. Very few seniors on the squad. A lot of underclassmen, especially freshmen and sophomore. So he's been able to use this year as kind of like implementing his system. As he's done that, he's learned more about his system and what the players like and don't like about it, and how he can improve upon it. At the same time, the players have been learning the system. They're looking to make them more well-polished for next year. Brown has a lot of confidence in his team. He knows they're young, but he knows next year from the lower school they're going to be getting some good talent. So he feels like he can turn this program around pretty quickly. While he doesn't have an official assistant coach listed, Quinn Zilch, who is one of the students here at Shipley, a senior, he's essentially been kind of like an assistant coach for this team. He's a great beach volleyball player from what I've been told. Has been helping both Coach Brown and the team here with his knowledge. This is a long huddle for Shipley. Really wanted to make sure they had their game plan down. Seems there is a little bit of miscommunication there, trying to make sure that he has the correct players out on the floor. As the Blue Devils will serve here. Jamie Enhow doing the duties. The second set. And once again hits the top of the net and falls over the Shipley side. That's been a common theme they've been doing here. The serve hitting the top of the net, taking some velocity off of it, and it kind of just dies down as soon as it crosses over. It's been very effective so far. And how this time puts a little pepper on it, and it ricocheted off of Phelps, now bounds, resulting in another point for SCH. And Howe's serve once again hits the net, but unable to get it to the other part of the court. So Shipley gets their first points here of this second set. Stanislaus now on the serve for the Gators. Tried to set up an attack for Lanzetta. Didn't go their way. She hits it over to the other side. Goes out of bounds. And Shipley gets their second consecutive point. Stanislaus once again on the serve. The attack once again intended for Lanzetta. Hits her side of the net. Unable to get it over. And Shipley now has the lead. Not a lot of rotation on that serve there from Stanislaus. Another bad attack there. Goes out of bounds towards the crowd. And the Gators with 4 unanswered points here. Stanislaw's serve will fall short. Zakaya Frazier to serve dug out there. Setting up for an attack. The Blue Devils were ready for it. Lanzetta now. Slight push. Hits off the top of the net, and it's good. Lindemann scoring the points there on the attack. So we're seeing Shipley taking a little bit more of an offensive approach here in the second set. Typically more of a defensive-oriented team, letting the other side make the mistakes, but they're noticing quickly the spring side doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Lindemann serve, sent back over after the first hit. Lanzetta does a great job saving that one. Quick push. Little miscommunication. Lanzetta sends a free ball over. Attack there, and it's good. Jane Wilk scoring a point here on Senior Day. Extending the lead here for the Gators 6-3. Miscommunication. The ball does end up over on Shipley's side after 3 hits there from the Blue Devils. Frazier digs that one out. Lanzetta's attack hits off the net, dug out off of a couple of Gators, and the ball ends up on the floor. Now 6-4. McMullen, the freshman Blue Devil, gets the serve across cleanly. Wick little attack there, but Shipley able to dig it out. They're going for another one here. Lanzetta now gets ready. Spike it down, dug out there. Saved from going out of bounds, and free ball sent over. Shipley doing a great job keeping that rally alive. Hayward's hit is blocked. Shipley with a little bit of a fire lighted under them. Now up 7-4. Not only that, but they're playing very good offensively. That serve goes out. So substitution is made here. Hartmedy comes in for McMullen. Lanzetta, serve there, dug out, sent immediately back over to the side. A couple of great hits there. And not only great hits, but quick hits. Results in a point for Springside. They're now down only 1. Lanzetta's serve is dug out. Trying to set up for an attack here. Lanzetta sends it right back over. Try to get a light hit there from Anna Phelps. Try to almost caress it with her fingers. Get some wrist action going there. But it hit off the net. And now we're all tied up at 7. Lanzetta serve. Error there. It's an ace. Lindemann, the Gator who attempted to dig that one out, hit off her. The Blue Devils retain the lead. Lanzetta once again, clean dig. Another great play there, pushed over. Quick little attack there. Try and set something up, instead it's just going to be a free ball. Fake the set there. Saylor with the attack. Blocked! Look at that. Sailor attacked it. Lanzetta dug it out, went over the net. And some quick thinking there gets the Gators the point. I say it was blocked because that's what it looked like. That's the kind of the action it took. Serve there from Shipley, dug out. They set up Lanzetta for the attack, and they get the point. Hayward with the serve there. Sailor attempts the attack. Puts a little bit too much on it. It goes beyond the boundary. And now Springside with a 2-point lead. Short serve there. Sent back to Springside after just a first hit. Another first hit there. Some quick action right here. Stays alive. Free ball over now for the Blue Devils. Attack there, dug out. Blue Devils once again with possession. Frazier lightly hits it. Abraham a little push, dug out there. Great athletic play. And Lanzetta sends the free ball back over to Shipley. Don't attempt the attack. Instead of free ball that's pushed out of bounds. So it's always a shame whenever you see a great rally like that. Both teams making great plays. It's a shame that one side ends up on the losing side of it. That time it just happened to be Shipley. Sailor sends a free ball over. Now they're setting up for the attack. And it's pushed out of bounds. Enhow trying to paint the corner there, but unable to. Sailor Abraham now. Serving it for the Gators. And Howe puts a free ball over, but it actually ends up hitting the divider that's dangling from the ceiling there. So a little bit of a home court advantage, I guess you could say, for the Gators, gets them a point. And Howe's dig goes over to Shipley's side. Quick tap there. Frazier tried blocking it, but falls on the Blue Devils side of the court. Going back to the point there, something to note about Shipley's gym is not only is it a low ceiling, they have a lot of items hanging off of the ceiling, which can result in some funky plays, as we saw 2 plays ago, and an ace there for Sailor Abraham after Enhow was unable to dig it out cleanly. And Coach Nolan now calls a timeout with the Gators up 12-11. The second set resumes right after this. A strong begin to this second set here as Shipley leads the Blue Devils 12-11. A neat play there. Harmony tried to dig it out, but it actually hit off the back of Enhow and falls on the ground. So that's one way to get a point. Abraham once again with the serve. And Zeta digs it, stays on the Blue Devil side, but they send it over. An attack there, dug out. Now the Gators have it. Low attack there, Lindemann. Hit off the top of the net. So the Blue Devils get their first points. Coming out this timeout. Dursky with the serve. Gets the ace after a failed dig there. So tied back up at 13 we are. Dursky once again with the serve. Little push over. So they're setting up for an attack now. Enhow is blocked. Rejected there by Rakai Walliford. And another timeout taken. Or excuse me, I actually think that block ended up going out of bounds, so that point ended up going to Springside, not Shipley. So they lead at 14-13 here in this timeout as we step aside. And we return here to Shipley. 14-13, the Blue Devils lead it over the Gators. Talk about in the open how Shipley throughout the season have been getting more and more competitive. Springside won the first set pretty easily, but Shipley's fighting back hard here. Frazier sends it over, but it's dug out. Once again, Frazier attempted to get blocked, but it falls down and results in a point for the Blue Devils. Low serve there. The dig missed, and an ace for SCH. Madursky with the serving duties. Good dig there as Williford tried to kind of press it off her fingers but missed it. Blue Devils extend their lead at 17-13. So 3 unanswered points coming out of this timeout. They're able to keep the ball alive, but that second hit kind of fell flat. Went to where no Gators were. And SCH now with another point. Got a little bit of a streak going. That ball just missed the speakers, and it lands on Chestnut's side. So the Gators get their first timeout after 4 consecutive points. Excuse me, first point after 4 consecutive points following the timeout. Dug out by Lanzetta. Little miscommunication there. And Zeta tried racing over to save it, maybe even attempt a free ball, but wasn't able to get there quick enough. So back-to-back points here for the Gators. Williford's serve falls short. She's now subbed out for Lancioni. So 19-15 lead here for the Blue Devils. Enhow's serve off the top of the net, but on to the Blue Devils side. Lanzetta digs out Stanislaus' serve. They're now setting up an attack for Lanzetta, but the Gators stop it. Free ball sent over. Some action at the net there, and it results in a Gators point. Shipley slowly chipping away at that lead. Lanzetta once again on the attack, dug out. Sent over to the Blue Devils side, but a little too far as it goes out of bounds. Blue Devils now within 5 to take the second set. Frazier with the serve. Ricochets off of Abraham and out of bounds towards our cameraman Sam Brown. Now just 4 points away from clinching this set and taking a 2-0 lead. Another Frazier serve, dug out. Oh, so close to a great play. Stanislaus going for the ball. Kind of had her knee buckle, was still able to dig it, but wasn't able to put it to a place where one of her teammates could send the ball over. Hits off the dangling divider, an attack there, and Shipley gets the point. So as I stated previous, all of the hanging objects and the low ceiling can result in some funky plays. There's an example of one. Line drive serve. Lanzetta attacks. Tipped right as it got sent over. Free ball to the Blue Devils side, but it falls short. Blue Devils now within 2. McMullen checks in. Coach Knoll giving Elliot Harmody some rest. So McMullen checks into the game, but her first serve falls short. Shipley down 5 with the Blue Devils just 2 points away from winning this second set. The dig from Lanzetta sent over to Shipley's side. Now with her attack, dug out there. An attack at the line, block, save there, rolls off of the basketball board, and it results in a point for Shipley. So a great block, a great dig, but once again the inanimate objects coming into play here. That ball rolling off of the backboard of one of the basketball nets that's hanging from the ceiling. Ball falls on the Blue Devil side, and just like that, 3 consecutive points results in Shipley being down only 2 now, and a timeout from Coach Knoll. So an exciting end to this set, which has been competitive for the entire length of it. The finale of the second set when we come back. And welcome back. The Gators fighting back here now, down only 2, but the Blue Devils still have an opportunity to win the second set. It's 23-21. Quick little hit there. Unable to get inside the boundary though. Sailor Abraham tipped it off her finger. Oh no, now they're overturning it. They overturned the ruling there, and the point will go to Shipley. Gators down now, only one. As the Blue Devils get the point, and now it's the set point here for the Blue Devils. 24-22, they lead it. Shipley has done a great job fighting back, staying competitive this entire set. And they're going to clinch the second set on an ace. The serve there from Lanzetta, a little too much to handle for the Gators as the Blue Devils win this second set and will take a 2-0 lead overall on the match. Third set coming up in just a moment. So we get ready for the third set here on this Shipley Super Saturday. The volleyball team now taking over. Mentioned field hockey won 6-0 and women's soccer won 4-1. Right now, women's volleyball down 2-0 after Springside took the second set by a score of 25-22. But those are the kinds of sets that Coach Craig T. Brown wants from his team. He just wants it to be competitive. Winning it really isn't the objective this year. He knows that they're building up their program, developing the players, and looking towards the future. So when you see a set like that, even though it didn't result in a win, he still saw a lot of promising things from the players out on the floor, especially the younger players. Stanislaus, the Gator, ready to serve off this third set. Coach Brown once again talking to one of the officials. I think they didn't have enough players out there. So actually what they're doing is they're having Lanchoni change her jersey real quick out of the libero jersey. Free ball sent over there by the Blue Devils. Another one by the Gators, setting up for an attack here. Springside puts a little bit too much on it. And it's a point for the Gators. Stanislaus' serve. Dug out there by Lanzetta, who's been doing a lot of damage this game. But they get the points there from Jamie Enhow. Enhow now with the serve, tips it off the net and curves over out of bounds. Emma Lindemann has been really the star player for the Gators. The sophomore serves it, but unable to clear the net. Wick ball sent over there by Shipley. Now the Blue Devils setting up for an attack. Lanzetta. It looked like she didn't exactly hit that correctly, but it still results in a point. Oh, no, it's Shipley's point, excuse me. So a little bit of an attacking error there from Lanzetta. The point goes to Springside on that play. Harmony on the serve here for the Blue Devils, all tied up at 3. As it was dug out, hit up into the air, but some miscommunication resulted in a little bit of a campfire play. Harmony once again on the serve. Hits it a little too hard. And it brings the score to 4-4 now as she gets subbed out as McMullen comes in. So even with only 7 players, Springside has been managing their players nicely. Of course, a couple of players have had to bear the load of the entire game. Free ball sent over there. Tag there from Sailor Abraham. Can't hit it correctly. And Zeta now with the serve, dug out, but not to another Gator. Chulik is able to dig it out, but took a funky ricochet. And it gives the Blue Devils another point. It's now 6-4. And Zeta with the ace. He's been incredibly effective on serves today. In fact, he's been incredibly effective all around. Soft serve there, another ace. Very little spin on that one. It's now 8-4 in favor of the Blue Devils. Quick push over, dug out by Lanzetta, sent over to Shipley's side. Shipley slaps it, and they're able to find the hardwood. So a streak of Blue Devil points come to an end as Shipley tallies another one for themselves. Sailor Abraham. Service dug out. Lands right in front of the net on Chestnut's side. Tiny hit over results in a point. And a timeout is called. So Blue Devils lead the third set 9-5, looking for the clean sweep. We'll be right back. And welcome back here, Sports Fanbase Network. Serve there from Hayward. Resumes play following the timeout. She digs that one out. Quick hit there, unable to be dug out by Frazier. Rakai Walliford able to push it down with the tips of her fingers. The Gators are now down 3. Lanzetta coming up for the dig. Walliford's hit over is dug out, and they send a free ball over. Attack there, blocked at the net. Anyhow, her hit couldn't clear it, and Shipley now down by only 2. Frazier digs out the serve, then sends the free ball over, unable to keep it in bounds though. So following the timeout, Shipley has 3 consecutive points and are now down only 1. Walliford's serve falls just short, as she will now be subbed out for Lancioni. Madursky, who's had herself a couple of nice serves. That one dug out by Abraham. Tipped at the net, but to no avail. Shipley gets the point. As Chulik now subs out and Phelps comes into the game. Stanislaus on the serve, just short of a dig, and it's an ace there for Stanislaus. Hayward coming up from her position, trying to save it, but it hits the ground right before she could get to it. All tied up at 10. Stanislaus' serve just hits the line. Another ace there. Perfectly positions it. That gives the Gators the lead. Stanislaus once again preparing an attack for Lanzetta, too low, and now Shipley, who was down before the timeout, has the lead 12-10. A lot of the points have been off of serves from Cecilia Stanislaus, and there's another one. Lanzetta couldn't handle it, and it finds its way into the crowd. Stanislaus once again, that one dug out cleanly by Lanzetta. Back over to Shipley after only the second hit. Blue Devils now setting up for an attack. Dug out. Can they keep it alive? They cannot. Shipley That dig ricocheted to the right towards the crowd. Stanislaus tried laying out for it, unable to. And the Blue Devils get back on the board. And how once again, powerful serve. As it's a free ball for the Gators. Let's see what the Blue Devils do with it. Lanzetta attacks. Dug out at the net, but falls on Shipley's side. The captain, Enhow, with the serve, dug out. Goes way out of bounds. So Blue Devils tied back up at 13. Coach Craig T. Brown takes a timeout. We'll be back in just about a minute. Welcome back here. Third set, tied up at 13. We saw Shipley go on a little bit of a scoring streak, but Blue Devils able to fight back. It's now tied at 13 as a result of it. Blue Devils lead the match 2-0 in sets, winning the first one 25-14 and the second one 25-22. Enhow serves it. Dug out there by Abraham. Quick little attack. It gets over. Jane Wilk, the senior, softly pushes it. Hits the floor. And Shipley gets the first points following the timeout. Rosie Gillis now with the serve. Soft line drive. Lanzetta gets ready for the attack. And it finds the floor. Frazier's serve is short, but still gets over to the Gators side. Blocked at the line, and it's going to result in a point for Shipley. Good job, Sam, stopping that ball. Sam, of course, our camera op. Frazier's serve once again short, hits it off of her teammate Candy Hayward, hits her in the back of the shoulder. And now we're tied back up, this time at 15. Soft serve dug out there by Enhow. Goes over to Shipley's side on the first try. Hits off of the rail. Hayward tries to flip it over, but is unsuccessful in it. And the Gators now lead the Blue Devils 16-15. So a couple of back-to-back competitive sets here for Shipley. Talked about a few minutes ago. This is exactly what Coach Craig T. Brown wants to see from his team. Pushed over to the Blue Devil side. Lanzetta gets ready for the attack. Softs it up. The Gators dig it out. Abraham now, another little push. And the setup for Lanzetta hit the net on the opposite side of the antenna, and it results in a point for the Gators, who now have a 17-15 lead. Line drive serve dug out. Actually went over to Shipley's side. And Williford, when I mean very slightly hits it, I mean very slightly hits it. And ends up on the floor. Shipley now with a 3-point lead. And Zetta's dig gets over to the Gators side. Once again, that was Williford trying to do the same thing she tried the previous play. But a little too soft and was unable to get it over the net. So Springside now gets the point and the serve. Knuckler falls short. That's McMullen on the serve. And for the first time all match, Shipley is within arm's reach of taking the set. They're up 19-16. Soft Gator serve still finds its way over to Shipley's side. And the Gators get the point. So Blue Devils take a timeout. Down to 4. With the Gators absolutely capable of winning this set. Coach Nolan Brown will talk it over with their teams. And we'll be back in about 45 seconds. And we return here to the Shipley School in Bryn Mawr. The Gators up 20-16, looking to take their first set of the match. Serve their dugout as they're preparing for a Lanzetta attack. Hits it with her left hand. Quick push over. Lanzetta digs it. And Kennedy with the attack. And it's able to clip the line on the inside. So Kennedy Hayward with the point there. Just barely got the inside part of the court on Shipley's side. As Lanzetta once again prepares for a serve. Quick push over. But a violation there from Shipley. I believe she may have been out of bounds on that one. So Blue Devils get 2 consecutive points coming out of the timeout. Lanzetta, another low rotation serve. She digs that one out. And an attack there. Off the top of the net, off a Gator, and onto the floor. Harmony, the Blue Devil gained the point there. So 3 consecutive points coming out of the timeout. Blue Devils now only down 20-19. Line drive serve dug out, sent over to Chestnut's side. Where are they rolling that? It went out of bounds. So it's a point for the Blue Devils. Saw a couple of players kind of just stay away from it, hoping it hit out of bounds, and it did. So Blue Devils now have it all tied up at 20. Lanzetta on the serve, dug out there. Wallifer sends it over. They prepare for the attack. And it falls just short of the Gator. That was Enhow there. So 5 unanswered points for the Blue Devils. So they are rallying back to take this third set and hoping to get the sweep. Play stays alive there. Attack from Springside, dug out. Quick little hit, still going. Miscommunication, free ball sent over. Push over to the Blue Devil side. And Zeta now with the free ball. Play still alive, off of the ceiling and in between all the Shipley players. Both teams doing a great job improvising when miscommunication was there, keeping the rally going. It results in the point for the Blue Devils as now the two officials gather together to discuss something. I see one of the officials, one on the floor, checking one piece of paper. I'm not sure if that might be a rule book. Gym essentially dead quiet as they look over this. So the point remains with Springside. A little bit of delay there, but Springside continuing their streak, coming out the timeout. Now only 3 away from clinching the set. Free ball sent over, and it falls in between two Blue Devils. Madursky and Harmony unable to figure out who would hit it. Now 22-21. Abraham on the serve, dug out by Lanzetta. That hit from Harmony, or excuse me, Enhow. Falls just short and hits off the net. Now we're tied at 22. Gators keeping it competitive. Lanzetta with the dig. Gets over the Shipley side, and they take advantage of it with a soft hit there. They now have the lead and are within 2 of the set. Timeout taken by Coach Knoll and the Blue Devils. So Shipley continuing to fight, scoring points. They take the lead in the conclusion of this third set when we return. So an exciting finish here to this third set. Shipley leads at 23-22. But we've seen the damage the Blue Devils do following a timeout. Free ball sent over on the second hit. Rolls off the top of the net, stays alive. Rally still going. They're sent for an attack. But dug out by Shipley. Try to push it over, but it falls short of the net. So Blue Devils tied up. It's 23 all. Shipley sends a free ball over, and it just clears the net. Frazier. Her attack is dug out. Now let's see what Shipley does. Another line drive. Miscommunication. Lanzetta keeps it alive. And a free ball by the Blue Devils. Trying to set up an attack here, but instead they opt for the free ball. Quick push over. Fraser puts too much on it. And now Shipley is 1 point away from taking this third set. Remember, you do have to win by 2, so if the Blue Devils get a point here, Shipley will then have to get 26 to clinch the set. Serve falls short. So now we're tied at 24. Madursky now on the serve for the Blue Devils. Able to be dug out by Abraham, but takes a low ricochet. And now the Blue Devils are up by 1 with a chance to clinch it here. Looking for the sweep. Madursky gets the ace there, and the Blue Devils come into Shipley on Super Saturday and sweep the Gators by a score of 3-0, winning their sets 25-14, 25-22, and 26-24. So even though Shipley unable to win a set there, they showed fight and they were working hard, keeping it competitive for the last 2 sets. That's exactly what Coach Craig T. Brown is asking for his team. So that's the third event here for this Shipley Super Saturday. We still have one more event coming up at 6 o'clock. That's men's soccer, I believe. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But for our camera operator, Sam Brown, our producer, Jack Byrne, and our executive producer, Ari Blumenstein, I'm Darren Healy. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Go Fightins and go Birds.